Remember when the Indonesian government wanted to give millions of students better laptops for online learning during COVID-19? They spent trillions of rupiah on Chromebooks, those lightweight Google-powered laptops. But now, years later, a technology consultant named Ibrahim Arif, or Ibam, is facing 15 years in prison plus a demand to pay back nearly 17 billion rupiah, or about $1 million. He cried in court saying he's innocent and was turned into a scapegoat. Let's start from the beginning. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Indonesia's education minister at the time, Nadiem Makarim, pushed hard for digitalization in schools. The goal was simple and good. Give students laptops so they could study online, especially in remote, frontier and undeveloped areas, or 3T areas. The plan involved buying around 1.2 million Chromebooks, cheap, fast-booting laptops that run on Chrome OS and rely heavily on cloud services. Also about something called Chrome Device Management, basically a subscription service to manage thousands of these laptops remotely. The total value was trillions of rupiah from the state budget. Ibrahim Arif, often called Ibam, was brought in as an external technology consultant. He wasn't a government official. He had a strong background and international experience. His job was to give technical recommendations on what kind of laptops and software would work best for Indonesian schools. But prosecutors say something went wrong. They argued the specifications were conditioned to favor Chromebooks, leading to overpricing and purchases that didn't work well in areas with poor internet. They claimed the state lost about 2.1 trillion rupiah. Here's the main facts. Ibam started helping in late 2019 and 2022. His name appeared in an official decree as part of the procurement oversight team, but he says he never knew about it and that his name was used without permission. Prosecutors allege he wrote technical studies that steered the purchase toward Chromebooks and their management system, even though some internal teams preferred Windows laptops. The laptops were allegedly not suitable for many remote schools because of weak internet, since Chromebooks rely heavily on online access. Importantly, no evidence has been shown in court of direct money flowing to Ibam. He insists he gained no personal profit. He was arrested in 2025, but later allowed house arrest with an electronic monitoring bracelet because of a chronic heart condition. Other defendants include former minister officials who allegedly received smaller amounts of money, yet Ibam faces the heaviest demand. Now, the legal part. Explained simply, prosecutors charge him under provisions related to abuse of authority in procurement, acting together with others, and restitution. Abuse of authority here means allegedly twisting rules of a tender so a specific product wins unfairly. Acting together means they believe he worked in coordination with government officials. Restitution allows the court to order repayment for state losses. Prosecutors argue his technical studies effectively locked in Chromebooks, violating fair competition and causing losses through overpricing unnecessary service subscriptions. On April 16, 2026, they demanded 15 years in prison, a fine of 1 billion rupiah, and 16.9 years of restitution. If unpaid, that adds prison time, bringing total potential sentence to around 22.5 years. That's heavier than other defendants who received around 6 years, even though some admitted taking money. On April 23, 2026, during his defense statement, Ibam broke down in tears. He said he's not guilty and only gave neutral technical advice. He emphasized that final decisions were made by government officials. He claimed his name was placed on documents without his knowledge. He stressed there's no proof he personally benefited or had any conflict of interest. He also said the investigation felt like intimidation, mentioning that his place was searched before he was even formally questioned as a witness. He spoke about, leaving a good career abroad to help Indonesia and asked emotionally, what wrongdoing he had committed. He mentioned his heart condition and described himself as a scapegoat. His lawyers argue that his prosecutor's demands don't match the original indictment, which could be a technical weakness. They also say the restitution amount was not part of the initial charges and lacks solid evidence of personal gain. What does this case matter? In corruption cases, prosecutors must prove two things: that there was a state loss and that there was a criminal intent. For someone who is not a government official, proving abuse of authority becomes more complicated because he had no formal decision-making power. Right? The prosecutor's strength lies in the large alleged state laws and documents showing his involvement. The weakness is the lack of direct evidence of bribery and unusually heavy sentence compared to others who admitted receiving money. This case raises broader questions about the criminalization of professionals when experts advising government projects end up facing serious criminal charges. It also tests whether courts will strictly examine whether the charges align with the evidence. So what happens next? As of late April 2026, prosecutors have responded to the defense and the judges are expected to deliver a verdict soon. There are a few possible outcomes here. Number one, he could be acquitted if the judges find the evidence weak or procedures flawed. Number two, he could receive a lighter sentence, especially considering the lack of proven personal gain. Or number three, the judges could follow something close to the prosecutor's demand if they believe his role was central. After the verdict, appeals are very likely. This case could also influence related investigations involving high-level decision makers. In the end, this Chromebook case shows how good intentions in education can turn into a massive legal battle involving billions of rupiah and potentially life-changing consequences. Whether Ibrahim is a victim of overzealous prosecution or part of a larger corruption scheme is something only the judges can decide. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and share it. Thanks for watching and stay informed.